God, what the hell is that?
I'm the sheriff. I'm the sheriff.
Well, you're the police. Where are your badges?
I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
That's because I'm a stuntman. I'm a genuine sports personality, a legendary folk hero.
Jesus Christ.
There he is. Very bad as cat joke. Even the guards are terrified of him.
You can call me when I have to call my lawyer. They bring me a telephone. Would you like to leave me your home phone number?
I don't want to hear any of this. I don't want to hear no more of this.
Wait a minute, I'm just getting to the weird part.
The weed part.
Yeah, it gets weird.
Say we take off, look the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Let's do it.
Can you do that?
I can do anything. I'm the chief of police.
I like me some Wednesday. I like me some Wednesday a great deal. Man, we got a lot of stuff that we could do today. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. It's going to be fun. I enjoy Wednesdays. Always a good crowd. We got plenty of stuff. I was getting ready, I had a bunch of stuff lined up. And then, the last 10 minutes before the show goes live, I'm cruising through the headlines. I'm like, ooh, that is a good one. Ooh, there's another good one. Ooh. So we're going to do a little bit of everything today, which is good. Yesterday, we did a bunch of stuff. But I was so spun up. I didn't know what I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what the middle was. I didn't know where to finish. I'm like, holy shit, it's coming in from everywhere. And I was all pissed off. Not today, though. I feel good today. Texas Ranger dog was literally up before me this morning, and he was at the bedroom door doing his little, Dad. I get up and I'm like, what? I'm all pissed off. What? He's looking up at me. He's all cute. I'm like, come on, Dad. We go to work now? I'm like, oh, my God. 6:45, dog. I was up late last night because somebody who shall remain unnamed decided it would be funny to get me hooked on a game called Dinkum, which if you're a Stardew Valley type fan, that's going to eat up a lot of your time. So thanks a lot for that, Marianne. I'm going to get you for this one of these days. I tried some retro Jaws. I'm like, yeah, this is good. It's taking my mind out. Nah, I'm going right back to Dinkum. I'm a mess. I'm a simple creature. Speaking of which, simple creature, here's a fun little thing. I don't know. I was just walking by. I was walking out to the studio this morning. It's getting nice and warm out. And we have a big bottle brush on one side of the kind of the courtyard in between the two joints. And man, hummingbirds, if you don't live where you have hummingbirds, like on a regular basis, hummingbirds love those bottle brush trees. Hummingbirds absolutely fascinate me. How you get from a regular bird to one of those, man, nature is amazing. Do that every day. When I say be good to yourself, go out and find one thing in nature. You go, man, that's incredible. I don't know how that occurred. And just watch. Just take 5 minutes and watch something cool outdoors once a day. You'll be better off for it. Unless, of course, you're at work, your boss comes out. Do you need assistance with something? You have a whole bunch of work out here. I'm sure your desk is not out here. And you go, yeah, but Giles McCoy told me to come out and do something nice for at least 5 minutes. And, I thought I'd take his advice. Yeah, you've been out here 37 minutes. Oh, well, he's pretty smart. So I thought I'd do it. If 5 minutes was good, 35 would be even better. I don't recommend you try that. Most employers are not going to take a good view of that. How's everybody doing this morning? It's good to see everybody. Marianne, first one in the door. Donna Hall gets the silver this morning. Zephyr got the bronze. Congratulations. Jim, Italian Jim, is here, whose last name I'm not going to butcher, so we're just going to say Italian Jim. Good to see you. Darth Yeager, the one and only. The one and only master. The Dark Lord of movies and Yeager. Zephyr K9 with the picture of the pup. Spider's lurking today. You lurk away, Spider. You earned it, brother. Lurk away. What else we got in here? Beast, my brother. I love that you, everybody, but most people, if you don't know, how do I put this? If you don't know Polynesian people, I have a friend he's Maori. And if you don't know Polynesian people, island people, most people think he's yelling, that caps lock when you type is they consider it rude. I like to think of it as Beast is typing in Hawaiian. That's kind of where, if you know them people, if you're fortunate enough to know a Polynesian, he's doing nothing more than typing in Hawaiian. Every show he's doing that same thing. I love it. Draken's here. Morning, Draken. Good to see y'all. God dang, I love having you people here in the morning. We had I wouldn't say black pill. We got a little deep yesterday. We're going to touch on a couple of things that are just sort of fun in the news. That's good, to me, good news stuff. I think it's, one of the stories is a little dark. You go, oh my God, you think that's fun? Well, yeah, I like happy endings. What can I say? But then we're going to just horse around, just do media. There's some good stuff in the media today, some leisure stuff. That's why I put Sheriff of Leisure today. Got some movies, some gaming, that kind of thing. What else we got? What else let me look around, make sure. Yeah, I think that's. And then we're just gonna. You're right. If you know, you know. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, my buddy. He's actually the product of a Maori and Scottish relationship. You want to talk about a drinking son of a gun, boy? That. Man, me and that fella get together. He'd flat out he'd leave me in the dust most days. I'd have to go to the doctor go see Dr. Bob the next morning. Like, oh my God, Bob, I think I'm dying. And he'd look at me and go, you were drinking with the Australians again last night, weren't you? I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Thanks, Bob. I hated Bob. When Bob would do that, he'd look down his nose through his glasses and get all smart on me. Oh, that dude's probably going to outlive me too. He's got to be, good Lord, he's got to be getting on 90 now, maybe somewhere in there. I lost track of Bob, but he's probably still out running triathlons. Prick. Let us take a look at, let's do some happy. What's happy to me? You guys are going to go, that's happy? Oh, yeah, it's happy to me. Do I want to start with this one? Let's take a look at Ruby Rose. Yeah, let's start with that one. As long as your liver does. I had a buddy one time I worked with. He said, brother, you better sleep with your mouth closed at night, because I think one of these days your liver is going to try and release itself on its own recognizance in your sleep. I was like, good thinking. Good thinking, pal. I have long since given those days up. It got to the point where I couldn't do that shit anymore. When you're young, you do that, get up, go to work the next morning. First couple hours, you feel like shit, and then you're okay. Man, I do that now. I'm down for 2 days. I'm like, I ain't got that much life left in me. I don't want to waste a couple of days on the couch with a hangover. Let us do this. From Deadline, because I was in there horsing around with entertainment news, so we pulled this one up. Australian police launch investigation after Ruby Rose accused Katy Perry of sexual assault. Those of you not familiar with Ruby Rose, kind of a middle of the road, almost was. Did a Batgirl show, Batwoman. Whatever. Nobody saw it. Who cares? If I said it wrong, it's not like somebody's going to go, well, that's not what it's going to call. You don't know because nobody watched it. So who gives a shit? Anyway, she She's one of those likes to make a lot of noise. Her show didn't do well because misogyny and stuff. Yeah, it's bullshit. The show just sucked. If you ever want to find out about it, there's plenty of stuff on Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and all them. If you really have a burning desire to see how bad that show was, you can go find it. But the good part of this story to me was Katy Perry is the bad guy. Now, I don't have any particular reason to hate Katy Perry other than she just kind of gets on my nerves. She seems an odd sort to me, and I'll give you an example. I saw a clip one time. I want to say it was on YouTube. I don't know. It was somewhere on the internet. I saw a clip where she was at a concert. She stopped her concert, recognized an old boyfriend right up front, looked down and stopped her show to berate him and say, "Oh, you remember that time you picked so-and-so over me? Yeah, good call. Like, look how big and famous I am, and you could have been with me." If I put myself in that dude's head for a moment, I went, "Looks to me like you dodged a bullet, bud." A woman with all that money and fame and in the middle of a concert is going to stop to chew your ass about how you treated her X amount of years ago. You escaped a fate worse than death right there, my brother. Good on you. So anyway, plus that shit she pulled with the space. She just goofy. That little trip into the upper atmosphere they took where it was, the first time any woman had ever done anything of note ever. Get out of my face. Performative little geek. It looked like a setup to me. I'm like, what kind of performative bullshit is this? Now, they did put the camera on the guy and he kind of shook his head. And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is. Some people said it was about, I didn't really give a shit enough to investigate it. Otherwise I would have done it. But who gives a shit? I'm just thought, that's fairly weak. Anyway, so she kissed a girl and the girl didn't like it. Yeah, go figure, right? Well, here's the funny part of it. It was 20 years ago, and Ruby Rose finally decided to come out and do it famous, oh, she sexually assaulted me. Look, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't care. One way or the other, that's between them. I do get tired of this. I waited 20 years to tell anybody about it kind of thing. If your career is really tanking and you need some people to pay attention to you, is this really the best way you want to go about it? I have this picture in my head. She calls Katie ahead of time, like, "Hey, how'd your album do?" They're still friends, in the background. And she calls her up and goes, "Hey, how's the new tour?" "Oh, not going worth a shit. I can't sell tickets." "Yeah, my career's kind of on the downslide too. What do you say we cook something up? Hey, you remember that hotel tryst we had that one time? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's blow that all out of shape. Okay. And then we'll come to some settlement. We'll go all the way through the court filings and all that bullshit. And, I get a couple new roles. Your album peaks. We pay some, measly $100,000 court costs between the two of us, and we come to some undisclosed settlement. That's kind of where my head's at. That's about what I think those people are up to. It's conspiratorial of me, sure. I know. I don't care. I just look at that and go, man, please. Who gives a shit? It is entertaining though. I mean, it'll provide you 5 minutes of wonder what's going on here. Oh, this is a good question. How did she see in the audience with all the stage lights in her head? Yeah. See, that's the kind of thing where I think this is just performative nonsense. None of it is real. It's all a setup, especially entertainment types. I can't wait. I want to see the Taylor Swift, Kelsey, the divorce arc. That's going to be spectacular. That'll be entertaining. Ought to take about 6-8 months. He's retired from football. He starts hitting on, interviewers, TV and YouTube interviewers and all that. Influencers coming up to him. He starts hitting on one of them. Taylor bounces. Or she does, whatever. She doesn't exactly have a stellar track record either, but what are you going to do? This is from yesterday's cleanup. We didn't hit Swalwell very hard, so I wanted to put this out real fast. Remember when I said you can't hate the media enough? Check this chick out. Bethany Allen, EBR on X.com. Now, I'm going to read this to you. I want you to pay very close attention to the wording here, and then somebody spot the problem with this post. Rumors about Eric Swalwell's sexual misconduct have swirled in D.C. for years. I first heard these rumors in 2020 in the course of my other reporting about Swalwell. I was neither a politics reporter nor a women's issues reporter, so I could not chase them down. Stephen Miller's reply is, you couldn't chase a story because you weren't a certain type of journalist? What? Now, here's my question to this young lady right here. Okay, you're not a politics reporter. By your own post here, what the hell are you covering out Eric Swalwell for if you're not a politics reporter? What possible reason do you have to cover him unless you're doing politics? Nor a woman's issues reporter. I didn't know sexual misconduct was specific to women's issues. I thought that was a crime. There's a little insight into the younger journalist mind right there. I looked at that and thought, wow, she actually put that together. She took the time to put that together, read it, make sure she didn't misspell anything, and then hit send. That had to take at least, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? You got to type it all out. You look at it, you figure out what you're going to say, all that. I don't have those lightning thumbs that, most of the kids have where you can just send it something like that in about 12 seconds. Not one time during that whole process did that young lady stop and go, wait a minute. Remember when I was talking about Juicy Smollett and how things don't pass the Juicy Smollett test? Every story that you look at, that I do it now as a habit, the first 10 to 30 seconds of every story is where most stories fall apart. Well, I was neither a politics reporter nor a women's. Hold on. You weren't a politics reporter? No. What the hell are you covering Eric Swalwell for? It's not exactly like the guy's playing, first base for the Royals. He ain't in goal for the Dallas Stars. He's not got a new movie coming up. So what exactly are you covering Eric Swalwell for? Story falls apart right there. It just tickles me. I love when people say stupid shit that's so easy you don't even have to try. Oh, no, she's not. Oh, no. Jim says she's not the only one that covered up for her. Oh, hell no. Everybody did. Everybody does. There's I'll see if I can find it throughout the thing. There's a list of about 12 different. Oh, I know where it's at. It's over on the heads. There's a list of about 12 different reps, and they're all going to be investigated for sexual misconduct by the House Ethics Committee. 8 Republicans, 4 Democrats. And one of the names on there was Nancy Mace, just as a goof. Not only is she not the only one that covered up for him, there's something about that personality type. Politics requires a certain type of person just to do it. There's some affirmation seeking hole in your psyche that you're trying to fill with politics. And I don't know, they just do it. And one of those things, there's just, like Doc said about Johnny Ringo, there's a great giant hole right through the middle of them that they can never fill. I thought that was an excellent way to put that. They can't drink enough, have enough power, get enough strange to put an indelicate point on it. You can't fill that hole. That's the kind of people that get dragged to that. Every now and again, you get your altruistic, hey, man, I want to step up and do some good things for my community. I'll go ahead and take the bullet and do a couple of years in service. Okay, they're out there. But the vast majority, especially on the federal level, holy shit, that's some weird people, man. Here's yeah, exactly. Yeah, what kind of reporter was Nick Shirley, Jim? Yeah, good question. Oh, I'm not a Leering Center or financial crimes reporter, so I can't cover this. What an absolutely dumb, like Woodward and Bernstein. Gee, we'd like to help out with the whole Watergate thing, but normally we do financial stuff. Get out. Shut up. Shut up, goofball. That's the thing, though, that I look at that and go, these are the people that we're supposed to be opposing? Okay. I think we'll be all right on that one. I got to pop back to Darth Yeager for a second. Not sure that either of them are smart enough to cook something like that up to the Ruby Rose and Katy Perry thing. I do. I think that's why they're going to the bathroom in pairs. They're cooking shit like that up. I wouldn't put it past them, man. People in Hollywood are weird. That Ariana Grande and what's her name? The God, I can't even remember the bald chick's name that did Wicked and Wicked for Good or whatever it was. Cynthia Erivo, that's what it was. See, I knew if I sat here long enough, it would come to me. Did you see the press tour those two fucking idiots put together? I'm sorry. I had no other way to put that. I was trying to be good about that, and that one just kind of slipped out. I'm like, oh my God. Every time I saw those two freaks, I'm like, oh God, give me a break. I think they coordinated that shit from start to finish. I think people in entertainment will do that. I think they're just weird. Them and politicians. That's why, politics is downstream of culture. The artistes figure it out first, and then the politicians are like, oh, we want to go with that. Get the kids on board with us. Yeah, okay. The polls show it's doing very well in the Midlands, sir. The hell with the polls. I want to do it like this. All right, enough of that. Let's get on to. We'll go on to something else. We're going to get back to that later because we're going to do entertainment. But I got one more. This is my happy ending story for the day. Thought I'd lob this out there real quick. Mad woman 31 abducts stranger's toddler at knife point in Walmart and cuts him before armed cops bring abduction to deadly conclusion. High points of the story. You're at a Walmart in Omaha, Nebraska. A clearly disturbed young lady, Noemi Guzman. Who gives a shit? She's dead. Snatched 3-year-old Siler Hillman from the store on Tuesday while his mother, Sarah, was shopping, according to Omaha police. Just as a quick sidebar, Omaha police are in a little bit of hot water right now for a traffic stop that they pulled on a very famous, important boxer who happens to be from Omaha. So anytime they can get a win in the media, they're good for it right now. Anyway, I don't know where Noemi is from originally, if she's from Omaha, whatever. She just strolls into Walmart, grabs a knife off the rack, walks up to this cart that's got this 3-year-old kid in it, takes the knife and tells mom to kick rocks, and then starts walking this kid around Walmart, screaming and waving the knife around. Well, the cops show up, and she, good to her threat, she lays one into this poor kid, and the cops air hole her on the spot, dropped her right there. The Hillman family is shaken and in need of support. I will say, not only is this kid, is that just an absolutely traumatizing, horrible thing to happen? Homeboy got a wicked bad mullet, so he's already behind the power curve. The kid's got a tough road ahead of him. Anyway, happy ending. Mom and Dad, there was Cy. Look at this little shaver. Look at him with his hat and his chaps on, getting ready to go bust a bronc. God love it. Look at that little shaver getting out there. Come on, Dad. Let's do some barrel racing. Some mutton busting. I love when they do that. And there's Mom. And there's, what's her name? The former Miss Guzman. They do not mention in the story anywhere Miss Guzman's immigration background. They do mention that she also, since arriving at her dad's in 2024, which makes me question where was she before that, that she set Dad's house on fire back in 2024 and almost killed him. She was found incompetent to stand trial. So well done there, justice system. Not only did you almost get a kid killed, you got her whacked. Nice job. But that's my happy ending story for the day. I like when the good guys get a... Did I say... Yeah, no barrel race. Well, when you're that young, just to train up. Just to train him up a little bit. Do some mutton busting and then go out. Bull riding, man, he's a little small to be doing that yet. But he might get him on a little pony. Get him on a little colt. Go out and bust him up. Go out and saddle break him. That'd be kind of fun. I think that's a happy ending story. I like that. Sad that the kid's got a scar. That's horrible. You know, the weird thing is he's going to be walking around in public now for the rest of his life wondering who's going to pull one on him. Someone has to be the rodeo clown. Draken, I have got that role covered, my man. Genuine sports personality, legendary folk hero, and rodeo clown with a bad attitude. I have got that one covered. So we can put Miss Guzman away. But, you know, once again, the justice system doing their thing, putting crazy people back on the street. I'm just glad that kid's alive and relatively unscathed. You know, he grows up, that scar is going to kind of dissipate. I mean, he's 3. You know, by the time he gets to be 18, he'll probably have more rodeo scars than he will that one. He'll probably have some dandies. Busted clavicle or 2. Dislocated hip or a hip replacement. You know, anybody that knows rodeo, you know what I'm talking about. There's a reason that those guys wear flak jackets now. That's a rough old sport. I don't care for the helmets too much. But then again, I ain't climbing on them. So, you know, and boys are still doing it. Go ahead, knock shelves out. Do your thing. I was pissed off when the NHL mandated helmets too, but you see one dude take one to the head one time and you go, ooh. I'll give you an example. Jared Bednar, as a coach for the Colorado Avalanche, he was out for a couple of days during games because he was on the bench and took a puck right to the face. Bench is one of the most dangerous places on the ice for those of you who have never watched the game closely or had some pads on. Being on the bench is a bit, you got to watch the game carefully, man, because you're stuck right there. You ain't got a lot of room to move. And there's a whole bunch of dudes on either side of you, so your chances of ducking are slim. You got to watch out for what's going on there. He took one in the face, broke his cheekbone, broke his eye socket, almost ruptured his eyeball. I was like, damn. I like Jared Bednar. He's a little weird, and he's got. I don't know who cuts his hair, but God, they should be fired. They're horrible. Not only should they be fired, I'd charge them criminally. Some of the shit they do to that dude's hair. Anyway, they changed the rule to mandated dolo. I have heard that. I have not bothered to confirm it. How do I put this? Generally speaking, if you get thrown off a bull, the horns are kind of the least of if you're bull riding, they don't typically, that's not your problem. The problem's getting stepped on before they get away from you. They'll step on any part of your body and just crush it. That's an instantaneous. You hit the ground. First of all, that's a hell of a fall. You're up in the air a good way before you hit dirt. And then when you do, there's a couple 1,000 pounds of bull coming down right on top of you in a very small area. That's your main concern right there. Plus the clowns are always, hell, you can see them if you ever watch a ride. They're pretty damn close to begin with. They ain't that far off. Most often than not, that bull's kind of reacting to them as much as anything else. That's one of those sports I look at and go, okay, you have fun. I don't think so. I got enough problems getting hit by human beings. I don't need to get hit by essentially a small car. Here's another fun story. Love me some Florida. Here's yet another reason why. Miss America changes eligibility rules to clarify transgender stance following Florida AG letter. James Ootmeyer doing a stellar job, in my opinion. Better than Pam Bondi. The Miss America organization has changed its rules to clarify that only females can compete. Now, while that's a wonderful win, every time we get one of these, I always think to myself, why the hell do we even have to make that rule? But here we are. James Ootmeyer sent him a letter saying, hey, you can either change your rules or you can violate Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. I love that they approached it as false advertising. That's kind of funny to me. Kind of like the song Lola. Kind of like that Kink song Lola. So there's a fun little happy story for today. Fun little victory. Hey, Mego, what's up? How are you? How you doing? 100 battles. This is like the second or third day I have seen you here, correct? Are you new to the fold? Welcome aboard. If I haven't said welcome aboard before, welcome aboard. Good to have you. I'm like, I've seen 100 battles before. Thanks for popping by, working and lurking. Go ahead, work away, lurk. I'll keep yakking, you keep working. Let's get the division of labor straight here. You're the one getting paid. You're the one that's going to get fired if shit don't get done. So we don't want that to happen at all. Let's see here. Let's move on to, unless of course you hate your job, in which case, you can use it as a good excuse. Go, that stinking Giles McCoy got me fired. And secretly inside you're like, woo. You can do that. I'll take the hit for that. I'll take the hit for a lot of stuff because frankly I haven't seen anybody in person yet, so nobody can slap me. So we good. Go ahead, blame it on me. Take that shot. Oh, you need money? Yeah, don't we all? All right. Then in which case, if this is your state, anybody in the chat, if this is your state or if you're watching the bot, I need money, do yourself a favor. Do not listen to my financial advice. nor my vocational advice. That's not how. You don't want to do that. Unless you really like job interviews, in which case I highly recommend me. It is. You know what? If you do love your job, that is rare. I was lucky enough in life to have a couple of careers. I had one real long career, a couple of mediocre careers, the tail end. All of which, I had basically three careers, and I loved every one of them. It was great. My first career was, no secret, my first career was in law enforcement, and I did a little bit of everything. That's one of those jobs, if you get into that line of work, you can work with dogs, you can be a detective, you can work on a reaction team, you can do admin stuff, you work with kids. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do in that vein. It's all the same thing. I was in communications for a long time. I was in dispatch forever. Love that job. Don't have to do very much, sit around. Hours are kind of a pain in the ass. It's boring sometimes, but no court time. Nobody's throwing up on you. That was sweet. That's a good gig right there. And then I worked for, I moved in the city, got to dig big holes in things with, skid steers and backhoes. That was fun. Man, that was a good time. Then I learned that the equipment we were working with could kill or injure you even worse than what I was doing over at the PD. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing this for too much longer. And I had a really good opportunity come up, and then I went to work with, some contract companies for different government agencies. That was fun. I had to travel a lot for that one, but it was a good time. I liked the people I worked with. Got to do some really good stuff at VA. That was my favorite part. If you're a vet and you have an easier time getting anything prosthetic now, congratulations. You're welcome. A dealer. Oh, okay. A roulette dealer. Taking money from assholes. Yeah. I had a buddy that actually went into, he hung it up and became a blackjack dealer. Said he was having a ball. And then he went into bartending. So it was a good time. I very rarely have to interact with people. That's kind of why I did grades for so long. It's quiet. Yeah. You get to just hang out, do your thing. I was lucky enough to live in a town that had 24-hour grocery stores too. And there ain't nothing better than doing your grocery shopping at 2 a.m. Lived in town, go to the grocery store, do a whole bunch of shopping real quick. You could get done in like 15 minutes. It was like that grocery dash, game show. You rip through there as fast as you can, throw it in the cart, get it all checked out, run it over the house, put all that shit away, and go right back to work. That was a good time. So if you're lucky enough to have a job that you like, God bless you. If you hate your job, let me make a recommendation. Don't do it much longer. Go find something else. One of the worst things in the world is being stuck in a job you hate. Horrible and unnecessary. Speaking of somebody that loves their job, Trump declares Strait of Hormuz permanently open just hours after imposing Iran blockade as China intervenes. They want me to do it. Yeah. China's losing face left and right. Navy turned away 2 of their tankers, said, you can turn around and go back. I get that. I get the impression Trump really loves what he does. Agree with him, don't disagree. Agree with him, don't agree with him. I don't. It doesn't matter. That's a guy that digs his job right there. China's very happy I'm permanently opening the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, I'll tell you what China's happy about, that you're not messing with them more. China's kind of a paper tiger. Their economy is not as strong. There's just a whole bunch of them. The only reason their economy is worth anything is because there's probably close to a billion of them. That 1.5 billion thing, I don't buy that. I would say probably 800 million if I had to make a guess. But that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. And they buy a lot of stuff. But everything, all their IP, everything they got, they stole from somebody else. Everybody. China came up with it? No, they didn't. They got spies all over the world. They find good stuff. They take it home. They mass produce it, sell it for nothing. Because they didn't have the R&D cost up front. They just reverse engineer what they take from somebody else. Well, it's enterprising. I'll give them that. Whatever. I'm not a xenophobe. I dig China. They're okay. I would prefer they drop the whole Communist Act. China is an ounce of communism wrapped in a pound of capitalism, is what that is. And I'll go down to the bottom. China, along with Russia, has assisted Iran. And this is Daily Mail, so, take it for what it's worth. China, along with Russia, has assisted Iran through the 5-week war by providing satellite imagery and intelligence to help target U.S. military bases. Yeah, that'll happen. BRICS, China and Russia, India, Iran. Everybody in America, we get kind of myopic. We see the whole world from our point of view, as most people, I'm sure, do. Whatever country you live in, that happens. But in America, we kind of get it bad. We forget that, there's a giant portion of the world that just really doesn't care for us too much. Okay. That's fine. Unfortunately for them, we happen to run everything, so suck it. I just thought that was fun. He gets to do whatever he wants with the Strait of Hormuz. And he can claim a whole bunch of stuff, whether that's true or not. I don't know. I do know that if anybody, it amazes me that I don't know if it was the Daily Mail or not. It might have been a different news agency that was telling everyone in the world about, hey, you know how they're getting around that blockade? They just turned their transponders off. You think that's not still going on right now? Oh, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. No, it's not. Come on. Tell the truth now. Yeah, closer to that of the toothbrush mustache wearing Austrian painter fella. Yeah. Jacket says China's more authoritarian than communists. They're closer to Mr. Hilter. I'd say it's been that way for quite some time, sure. I'm not sure it's that way right now. I got to be honest with you. I think the farther they get away from that, they were welding people in their homes during the virus of unknown origin, but I think those days they're getting close to over there. You can only let people have a taste of so much freedom before they figure it out, and then, yeah, we ain't doing that no more. We're going a different direction. And Chinese are getting good with capitalism, man. People, they got their businesses, they're buying stuff. They're like, you try and take that away from folks, that's a whole different story than when people are starving and you throw communism at them. Communism is one of those things where you destroy the education system in the church and people are already kind of starving, and you throw Marxism at them and they go, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. It ain't. They don't know that, but because nobody's had a history book in about a decade or so. I totally agree. UK should have never turned Hong Kong back over. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. British Empire didn't have much choice, though. A lot of people were on them about, all right, Britain, what's that behind your back? What? Behind your back? What is that? It's India and Hong Kong and a number of other places. Stole that from Eddie Izzard, by the way. And they were like, all right, hand them over, give them back. Plus, running an empire is a pain in the ass, especially when you're that far away. They didn't want to do the work anymore. Well, that's fine. All right, enough of that nonsense. Let us get to the good part of this. This is my fun part. First of all, change the channel, big boy. All right, there we go. Let us talk about entertainment, shall we? I want to, hey, for everybody, let me do this real quick. For everybody that was on the show this morning, that opened their hearts to Jason, Jay, and the kids in a horrible situation. God bless y'all. That is a wonderful thing. If you did that legit from the goodness of your heart, if the Spirit moved you this morning and you answered, God bless you. I hope that gets, like Jay said, I hope that gets paid back to you in, tenfold. That's an amazing, wonderful thing that this community can do, as opposed to, what? Let me sidebar real quick. I just want to show this up just for a goof. I kind of teased this yesterday, but I want to tie this in today before we get into the stupid stuff. I want to thank everybody that did that this morning. I don't know this person from Adam. That's not why I do that. I do that because you restore not only my faith in humanity, but you treat yourselves and each other well. That's how the message gets spread. That's how goodwill actually turns into people start treating each other nice. People start acting human to one another again. And that's the good part of this venue and this community. I was going to do a bunch of examples of the stupid part of this community, and I still can. I'll give you an example. This quartering situation, Jeremy Hamley and Keno Casino, you got guys like Johnny Somali. What a complete asshole this kid is. I mean, absolutely. I don't typically root for people to get punched in the head on the street, but the way this kid was acting, he absolutely deserved it. If you've ever seen any of his videos, this kid was in more dire need of an ass whipping than any human being on the planet. What a douchebag this kid was. And he got it. He got 6 months yesterday in Korean jail, by the way. He's going to do 6 months labor for them, for that stupid shit he pulled. Number one, you're just a complete asshole and you deserve people whooping on you. That's one thing. Number two, you're wearing a MAGA hat and portraying yourself as an American. Man, that makes me, had I been there when that happened, I'd have whooped his dog ass. I'd have beat that kid till he couldn't walk anymore. I cannot stand that shit. So I'm glad I wasn't, and I'm glad he's in jail. The fact that you can platform somebody, in front of the world, that kind of bugs me. That's a misuse of what we're doing here. I'm all about free speech and everything, but that bears responsibility. And then when you screw that up, I like to see people like that pay the price. A lot of people are kicking around this quartering Keno Casino thing. I'm going to stay away from the diddy or didn't he, all that nonsense, I want to focus strictly on, if you've ever watched any of Casino's clips on him and some of the things that he said, they're just, there's something about, the more channels I find, the fewer channels I watch. And I'll tell you why. I see some of the things that these people do and say. Now, I get on a stream and have a couple of drinks and tell some war stories. That's one thing. I ain't going to get on here and show my ass and tell, really unnecessary, impolite, and frankly offensive personal stories. I ain't going to do that. Okay? Hambley's been known to get on there and get drunk and say some dumb shit and frankly some offensive shit. And then Keno Casino jumps in and they make fun of him. Now we got a problem. There's this tit for tat thing going on. At some point, somebody needs to just back up and bow out for about a month. Take about 30 days off and go, okay, that's enough. You got guys like, oh, what a great, I can't believe that YouTube handed me this page, because this is a really good example of everything wrong with the platform, in my opinion. And we'll go back to the good stuff here in a minute, but you got a story about this fella, Bob Frada. If you follow crime stories, he offed his wife, Farrah. He used he's a former copper, and he hired some hit guys to go and doing his wife about 11 days before their divorce was final. This is many, many, many years back. Well, he was executed in 2023, but then you look at this headline, it says just executed on the thumbnail, exclusive, just in one day ago on the little thing here. Bob Frada was executed in 2023. Okay. Most of the details in this story are wrong. I get enough of that from the mainstream media. Be careful what you what you look at on YouTube and take as news. Even I don't hit it hard because I don't want anybody sourcing me on that shit. Go out and do your own research. I will give you the basics of a story. Go do it yourself. Don't ever take anything you see on YouTube as fact or any media outlet for that situation. And then Keemstar and Boogie. Anybody not familiar with Boogie 2988? This is a guy that's lied about everything in his life to get sympathy and donos. The guy lied about cancer for a couple of years to get donations. And he's just a scumbag. And Daniel Keem, DJ Keemstar, the guy with the bandana on his head and the beard, he is P.T. Barnum on steroids. He is absolutely a scumbag. He's got this lolcow thing, and he puts these idiots on there, and they do and say all kinds of stupid shit, and they get about 20,000 views of video, and Keemstar is making money hand over fist out, off of it. Boogie's gross. Oh, that's no lie. Yeah, he's a gross person. Everybody thought he was the kind uncle of the internet till they found out what he was really like. He's an absolute scumbag. Now, there's a difference between entertainment and just destroying young minds. That lolcow live, man. If it was up to me, I'd be like, nope. There's way better ways for young minds to entertain themselves than that bullshit. Can't stand it. It's not me. I'm not the alternative to that, but there's other ways to do it. Certainly not these two, not these idiots, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. That ain't the option. So you look around long enough, I can get bugged by just about anything. And YouTube some days, that's kind of how I look at it, going, man, what are we doing here? And then you find a channel like this, and you show up on a morning like this morning, and you watch a community full of people that, frankly, we ain't rich. We ain't loaded with it, but by God, when one person from this community said, hey, look, I'm a done deal and my family could use some support, man, people jumped on it like a fat kid on a donut this morning, opened up their hearts and went right to it. And that's the kind of stuff that'll make you regain your faith in humanity right there. So we just keep doing that. And we get stronger every day. Cole Hauser, I don't know if he's here or not. Congratulations to him. He got monetized a couple of days ago and is out there doing his thing, doing other shows, doing his Transformers shows. He's playing Modern Warfare constantly. He's got a bunch of people in and out of his chats. This whole community, good on him. Could not be happier for the guy. So stick with it, folks. All you can do, just do what you do. Tune out the bad stuff and just enjoy each other and be good to each other. That's the way you beat them. Don't let them blackpill you. Don't let them get you down. Doesn't mean you have to participate in it. You don't have to like it. I think people get confused about forgiveness and acceptance. It says you got to forgive them. Doesn't say anything about you got to go have a beer with them. When I say it, I'm referring to the book. Our job is to forgive people when they're asking us to do that and they make a little repentive effort. Okay? Doesn't say we got to go hang out with them. You got to forgive them. You don't got to go bowling with them. Or shooting, whatever you're into. I don't care. So, if you see somebody that just refuses to go with the program, you don't feel like rebuking them, turn the other cheek doesn't mean keep taking a beating. It means turn around and walk away. And if they persist in following you, then by God, defend yourself. That's my spin on that. Don't take that as gospel. You want to do yourself a favor, know where you're at all times, what's around you, and how to get away from it. And then act accordingly. And you never, ever have to take a beating just to be good to somebody. People are going to treat you exactly like you allow them to treat you. Do your job, do what you're told. Then once they abuse it, walk away. Defend yourself if necessary. All right, enough of that nonsense. We got serious enough. Let's take a look at I promised this a little while ago. I've been gaffing it off, but it's okay. It's Wednesday. We got time. We got all kind of time. I like this one. Take-Two Interactive, our Grand Theft Auto people. Here is, to me, this is extremely funny. Take-Two stock jumps following GTA leak. So they got GTA 6 coming out, right? For those gaming folks who are paying attention. Oh. A lot of Draken says, I believe there's a lot of misconceptions about the book, as you put it, even by the church hierarchies. Bible means, yeah, literally, Bible is the book. The Bible is the book. And if you translate it in different, like this is where the, bibliography, it's where that title comes from. There are a lot of misconceptions about the book. It's a how-to manual. There's a lot more do's than don'ts in it, and it's not hard to figure out. Is the exact verbiage a little bit tricky the first couple of chapters? Sure, but you get used to it. And then you start thinking about how it applies to your everyday life. It's simple, man. It's easy breezy. New Testament, life of Jesus does even easier. Jesus was a carpenter, man. He was a carpenter and a fisherman. Was he the Son of God? Absolutely. But he's talking to people as a man so that they can understand what they're being told. And it was super simple. Be good to one another. Go out. Enjoy your life. Be a good parent. Be a good, member of society. Render unto God what is God's. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar. Go out. Do your thing. It's just people try and twist that into all this, that, and the other thing. There you go. Darth Yeager doing the hard work. Like the stream. Share, sub, smash the bell for notifications so you never miss a show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, total bunch. People, I don't know why people got to make things so hard, Drac, and I really don't. Religion is not hard. It's easy. Recognize the signs. That's all you got to do. And then open your heart. You open your heart, everything else comes right behind it. Piece of cake. All right, back to my story. Take-Two stock jumps following GTA. For those of you following gaming, Grand Theft Auto 6, kind of in the hopper, been in there for a while. Here's the funny part of the story. So the studio behind Grand Theft Auto was subject to a hack recently, and the hackers demanded ransom with the threat of releasing internal data regarding GTA, okay? So they were doing one of those cyber ransom deals. Here's the good part. Not only was the ransom not met, the hackers made good on their threat. They leaked internal data onto the web, and Take-Two stock went from 201.36 to 207.84. I guess people liked what they saw. I absolutely love this story. Now, people were buying, they're buying the rip, of course. Gets up to 207, closed out 205.10 by market close. I love it. That tells me great. People are liking what they're seeing. I couldn't be happier for Take-Two Interactive. Sorry that it had to go, that way in order for people to start paying attention to you. Here's another one where I go, inside job. We can do a leak and claim it was against our will. I don't know, maybe not. But frankly, who gives a shit? Their stock went up pretty good. Now, let me back up for a second. I did the funny part. Let me do the realistic part of the story. Stocks for gaming companies can rise and fall. I would say almost, do I want to say almost regardless of what kind of data comes out about their game. And I'll give you Crimson Desert as an example. Crimson Desert comes out and you get a couple of early reviews. And I mean super early reviews, and it's reviewers. It's the mainstream, the IGN type people, right? And the company behind Crimson Desert, their stock tanks 30%. It just absolutely drops through the floor. And you're like, oh, shit, what do we do? Less than a month later, not only is their stock back to where it was, after people start actually playing the game, not only is the stock back to where it was, it's actually above where it was now. Crimson Desert's doing great. The company behind them is doing fantastic. So, they don't put too much stock into it. I just thought it was funny as hell that not only did you have a so-called data breach, which normally right there would tank some of your stock. People go, that's it. I ain't jumping in on that. Dump it. They can't keep their, super secret development process. wrapped up. Yeah, I'm bailing out of that. Not only did that not happen, after the leaks happened, people went, yeah, dig it. Buy into that, man. I bet the hackers are sitting around going, God dang it. However you curse in, Russian. However you say, well, that didn't go like we thought in Russian. I don't speak Russian, so I can't do it. If I did, I wouldn't do it on YouTube, because then the feds would be like, we didn't know you could speak Russian. Like, oh shit. Now I'm cooked. So good on. I'm not, full disclosure, I'm not a big GTA fan. I do like that at least one company may possibly continue, in their previous gaming vein. GTA has always been a little edgy. Agree with it, don't agree with it, I don't care. Whatever. I don't go tip or gore on stuff. If your kids are playing Grand Theft Auto and they're 12 and and you know about it, that's your problem. That ain't my problem. That's your thing. But I do like to see gaming companies go, this has worked in the past. We're not going down the, Kim Bel-Air, Sweet Baby Inc. road. We're going to keep doing our thing. Good. That needs to happen more often. I'm not much for shooters, but I am highly encouraged by this. This one I'm going to play. Mouse PI for Hire. I love the original Mickey Mouse artwork. The new stuff, okay. I just think the original stuff is cool. It's real stylized. It's what Walt came up with originally. And Mouse PI for Hire is a shooter in that vein. Color graded in black and white. Mickey Mouse-esque character going through a mouse world, solving a mystery. I'm not going to play the trailer because God knows if I'm going to get clipped or not. You guys have probably seen. We'll do some stills from it. You see where this is going. I'm going to actually give this one a rip. This is probably the thing that's going to get me off of that God dang dinkum binge that I'm on right now. Marianne, thank you. Appreciate it. Explosions in a Tehran via Tusi. Hey, don't be shocked if they do it themselves. People can only take so much pressure before they go, that's it, we've had enough. I wouldn't be surprised. Them folks are going to turn on that government eventually. It ain't going to hold. I'll tell you that right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. If you see anything else on it, Zephyr, give me a holler. I'm going to do this for a while, but if anything comes up, we might take a look at it. I'll jump in on it and give you a read. Lucky to get through a level of Candy Crush. There may or may not be a lot of gamers in here. Older folks like me. I say older. I act like we're in a nursing home, like we're 80-something. Let's say Gen Xers. The nerdrotic version of the gaming sphere. How's that? Let's simple it up. If you're on the nerdrotic level of gamer, which is kind of where I'm at nowadays, do this. Go out and find yourself. Get Stardew Valley. Get Dinkum. Luma Island. Start with one of those. It's a sort of a farming, mining, it's a resource gathering sim, little bit of combat, nothing, some funny, goofy stuff like you can take a spear and hunt down an emu kind of thing and dink them. Start there. I would recommend Steam if you're going to jump into something. You can download Steam really easy. If you have a PC, it'll run just about anything. It'll run on it. Start there, see what you think. Then maybe you slide your way into ARPGs, hack and slash stuff. Last Epoch, Path of Exile, that kind of thing. You can work your way up to that, and then maybe someday you're on Mo Zamboni's game room, pinging the hell out of people. I couldn't resist. I'm glad he's not here. I'm glad he's not here for that. Pretty soon you're playing Fortnite with the boys. You're getting made fun of and trading jabs with Beardo and Jeremy. Start slow. That would be my recommendation. If you're going to start, you want to do some PC gaming. Stardew Valley is a pretty good place to start. I like Luma Island. I'm loving Dinkum. Man, is that fun. Just unlocked an airship. Don't you stop it now. It's bad enough you got me hooked on it. We don't need to get a competition going, Marianne. Jeez Louise. You can do gaming. Anybody can do gaming, Jim. If I can do it, a trained monkey can do it. It is. I've seen studies, not the actual studies. I've seen stories about studies. Let me back up and tell this a little more appropriately. I've seen stories about studies that actually support gaming for older adults will help stave off mental issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, what have you. You can actually stay sharp playing some of these things. I tend to agree with it, having been a gamer for quite some time and haven't taken one too many to the melon. I have my days where, you know, my old rattletrap brain, I have some problems, and then I go, all right, I'm going to sit down and just check out for about an hour, you know, do some inventory management, do some resource gathering, look at some pretty pictures, and kind of, you know, move your tune. And then you get up and you feel a little bit, okay, I'm back on track. See what we can come up with. As far as movies go, I am stoked. I am about it for this reason right here. Godzilla Minus Zero trailer brings the kaiju to New York City. I have seen a total of 3 movies in the theater in the last, I don't know, decade and a half. One of the movies that I saw, my daughter wanted to go see a Godzilla movie in the theater. It was fun. It was a good time. I like me some Godzilla. You know, easy breezy story. You know what you're getting into. Let's just see the big lizard step on shit. All right, perfect. I don't care what Ken Watanabe's got for the, you know, the global warming crowd or whatever. I can check my brain out for that section of it. As soon as I hear the big lizard yell, I'm like, woohoo, movie's on. And now we got something to watch, right? Always root for the big lizard. Here's why I like the Godzilla Minus so far. I talked Mrs. McCoy into I'm like, hey, you may not be into it. You love me. Go down this road with me. Bunch of the folks said Godzilla -1. It's really incredible. It's a place to be. She goes, okay, all right, let's give it a shot. We sat down and watched that together. End of it, she looked at me. She goes, I enjoyed that more than most films we've seen on Netflix in the last 5 years. I'm like, hey, right? It was excellent. It was absolutely excellent. So I am geeking out right now. The Godzilla -0 is on its way. Love me some King Kong. I love the original. After that, I wouldn't say I'm the old guy originalist where I hate everything after it. Nothing really struck me enough where I go, that's a banger kind of thing. But I do like me some original. I have the original King Kong on several different platforms. I'll watch it I got a Halloween thing where I go through a bunch of, there's certain movies that I watch at Halloween. The original King Kong is one of them. The original Frankenstein, the James Whale version, The Invisible Man, The Thing with Kurt Russell every Halloween, which sounds weird. The Fog, try and hit that. I'm a big John Carpenter guy, so Halloween's a good time to do that. And the original King Kong is always on that list. Those special effects, some of them hold up pretty good today. I ain't gonna lie. For that stop motion background stuff, that's pretty good for their day. Oh, the big monkey. 100 Battles puts the big monkey up there. Absolutely, man. There's just something cool about watching a big monster just smash the hell out of things. I just think that's fun. You turn your brain off and watch it go ape shit. See what I've done there? Those are just entertaining. I can dig those kind of things all day long. The original Godzilla, the first thing, K9, Zephyr K9 says first movie I remember seeing in theaters, the original Godzilla. To a matinee. Man, that's some good action right there. Seeing them in a theater is a good time. The original Thing, Howard Hawks, the original Thing. That's fun, man. I don't care how you slice it. That's a fun movie. James Arness behind all that makeup, stomping around like a big vegetable. That was a good time. Speaking of movies and speaking of being excited about stuff, I saw this and this piqued my interest. I am going to follow this one real close. Everybody remember Iron Lung that Markiplier put out? Guess what? Bloodborne R-rated animated movie in development with Jacksepticeye producing. Jacksepticeye, a YouTuber, got himself a little bit of money, got a little bit more, went out and crowdfunded himself a movie. Sony Pictures announced at CinemaCon on Monday they're making an R-rated animated feature film based on the video game Bloodborne. Pretty good game. While no details on the movie's plot were revealed, it is expected it will follow a hunter battling beasts in the city of Yharnam. I'm down. I want to see it. Bloodborne movie is produced by PlayStation Productions, Lyrical Animation, and YouTuber and gamer Sean McLaughlin, a.k.a. Jacksepticeye. Lyrical Media is co-financing the Bloodborne movie with Sony Pictures. He talks Sony into doing this. And don't think that wasn't because Sony saw these numbers right here. Sony took a look at this page on Box Office Mojo when this kid walked in the door and said, yep, absolutely. Iron Lung from Markiplier. This movie had a budget of $3 to $4 million, anywhere in between $3 and $4 million. Let's assume for a minute it was 5, okay? Worldwide, $50 million take. You made 10 times your investment on this movie. Not only are YouTubers doing great content on this channel, not my channel specifically, this venue, excuse me, but they've learned the business now. They've examined it enough that they've learned the business. Hollywood should be petrified right now. They should be absolutely those people better start learning how to use the business end of a shovel. I'll tell you that right now, because they done. So Jacksepticeye went out and got himself, not that one, take that out. Jacksepticeye went out and got himself a little bit of funding, had a game that he really enjoyed, thought this would make a really good movie, and boom, did it. Good luck, Jack. Good luck, Mr. Sean. Looking forward to it. I'll probably go see that one too. Probably go out and check that out. And hopefully, the problem is it's an animated movie, so it's going to cost more than $3 to $4 million. Iron Lung, to be fair, it was all on the, for the most part, on the inside of a submarine. So the sets on that were just super simple. You know, probably a lot of cameras and film and, you know, whatever. He starred, Markiplier was the star in it, so you didn't have to hire a bunch of talent. So it was a bunch of, you know, bunch of stagehands, guys putting sets together. That's your cost right there. Probably the craft tables is what cost them the most amount of money. So good on them. I hope they make it back in spades. Hope that thing makes $200 million. That would be fantastical. I don't want to do the drums right now. There we go. Do that one. There, I mean, you could go, what's the story about? Just go look up Bloodborne. It's fairly straightforward. Do I want to call it Constantine? Not quite. Constantine-esque. Let's do that. You know, video game. Or, you know, the Resident Evil series. You could do, you know, what's the story about? I would say what's the story about, but look at Resident Evil. It had a story. And then they got, 5 of them? Not one of them followed any story. They screwed up every story they had. Like, okay, well, then what's the point? Let's just wait till it comes out. Just see what happens. Hey, Anjanette, what's going on? We were just yakking about films and the stuff coming out. The Birds. I know a lot of people got messed up. We're talking about older movies. I know a lot of people got messed up by Alfred Hitchcock films. He was a good one. I love that he popped in just real quick in every one of his movies too. I thought that was funny. I loved in The Birds he's walking those 2 hunting dogs by. He had a pretty wicked, biting sense of humor. Thought that was fairly entertaining. Let's see if anything's cracked since we got going here. Oh, headlines in the Supreme Court. Well, Alito Nothing there. Al Jazeera live updates. Let's see. Nah. I'm not seeing anything so far. Let me go to Sky News real quick. I'm not seeing anything on explosions in Tehran. There's Zephyr. Let me take a look here real fast. Sky's usually got breaking stuff pretty quick. Nope. No, I ain't seeing it. All right, we'll keep an eye out through the rest of the... Yeah. The Resident Evil movies are nothing like the games, but they're fun. And they had, to be fair, so we're clear, Draken, you're right. The story didn't follow, but it was entertaining, and they had, a semblance of a story. So it's that. It's just that I'm not going to go down the road on the Bloodborne one and go, it's going to be just like the game when it turns out to be something else. And you go, well, that's kind of a waste. Tusi was live. Yeah, all right. We'll take a look at it, see what's what. I wish them the best of luck. I hope they do. That's, the only way that's going to really resolve itself. I got to tell you, that's kind of the pressure that we're putting. This is my guess. I don't have any insight on this, but the way we launched that and some of the things that it looked like the plan to me was just push the populace into, overthrowing their own government in Iran, which is really the only way you can do that and have it stick. You give the people just enough impetus to do it on their own. You go in and take somebody else's government out and then try and institute your own. That shit never works. Then you're just an occupier at that point. But you put the people in a spot where you go, hey, look, if you're unhappy, we'll help you out here. We're going to set these guys up, and you can do it on your own. And then they do it. Now you're in a better, more long-term tenable situation. You can't just go terrassing across the world and start knocking off governments and go, oh, well, here, we're going to leave Bob Steinmetz behind to take over your country for you. People don't respond to that too well. I'm not seeing. I'll keep looking. That's all right. Jim says Persian citizens have been very quiet. Well, they didn't start out quiet. It's when the regime started shooting them in the streets and then hanging them afterwards, those that they found. That's when they kind of quieted down a little bit. They started out pretty strong, pretty loud. Then they kind of opened up on them and then went house to house and started hanging people. That's when they sort of went, didn't have quite the support on that one we were looking for. We'll see. I'm not in charge of how that runs. If it were me, would I do it differently? Yeah, but nobody on this planet wants me in charge. I can tell you that right now. The world would be a different place, and it would not be pretty. And that's fine. I would go Old Testament on the whole show. Tell everybody, learn to be responsible for themselves, and then maybe we talk. But until then, I ain't wild on it. Yeah, I'm seeing something. The Doomsday movie's not looking so hot. Yeah. Doomsday movie's not doing so well in pre-release. Well, this is funny though. I got to go back to Darth for a second. Hey, when you guys are finished with Iran, Canada could use some help. You know what, Darth? I'll make a couple of phone calls. Let's see what we can come up with, man. See if we get an arrangement where we get to hang on to Lord Stanley's cup for a decade. I'll see what I can swing for you. Yeah, they're only allowing people from Alberta. I wish that was true, man. I wish you could do it that easy. Hell, there's states we could just go, all right, everybody out. Every one of you move to New York. We're taking this one back. Doesn't really work that way. It's cities. I've determined it's cities. The state is, it's just kind of a reflection of how many big cities it's got in it or how big the cities are that are in it. Texas has got its problems. I mean, go to Austin. You want to see a world-class left-wing shit show? Go to Austin. Houston ain't much better. The hell, they're right up the road. They're about an hour and a half away from it. Depends on their traffic, but I'm a ways away from them, and I don't go up there unless it's absolute. Like I got to drive through it to get to an airport, and that's about it. And then I learned there's another airport nearby. I'm using that one. It's going to cost a lot more money, but I'm using that one this summer. When little McCoy comes to stay, I'm going to use the other airport because it's worth it, because I don't want to get anywhere near the public up there. Those people are insane. So any place that's got big cities, you're going to have that problem. And then they rig it so that the voting kind of keeps the whole state under their thumb. And you're like, yeah, I ain't about that. States need a more accurate electoral college, a more senatorial version of the electoral college. Every county gets 2 representatives. That would be more to my liking right there, instead of the congressional districting kind of thing. I am way ahead of you, kid. Way ahead of you. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to use the one. I was booking it last week. I didn't get the chance to use the one I wanted to use. And I call Mrs. McCoy. I go, am I insane? Did we not use this last time for hobby? And she goes, yes, you're insane. No, we didn't. Click. Oh. 2 minutes later, I get a call. Oh, love you. I'm like, oh, all right, perfect. It was me. Yeah. I just call Southwest and go, hey, we boys got going to Houston. And they're like, pick your time, brother. I got all these points. Round trip. Their version of first class is not, exactly the best ever first class. It's pretty good. For Southwest, the fact that you get to pick your seat at all, that's pretty damn good right there. I mean, I flew Southwest a lot during the cattle car days. Not only do you're on your phone like trying to win some radio contest, like waiting for the second that they shut up so you can log in and check in on time. No matter how fast I did it. I was a 30 something max, usually in the B's. I'm like, screw it. Then I went to my boss and he's like, why are you flying Southwest? Here, man. Like, we don't make this money so you can travel and stay in, Red Roof Inns. Here, travel business, first class, stay in nice hotels, spend money on clients. Oh, okay. He's like, it's not your money, it's my money. I'm giving you the go ahead, do it. About 2 months of that shit, he comes to me, he goes, hey, man. I was like, what? What? You remember that time when I told you? I go, yeah, okay. I got it. Everybody should. Jim says Southwest leaving O'Hare, Chicago in June. Everybody should leave Chicago right now. Everybody should leave Chicago. I've been to that city a total one time in my life. If I never go back, it'll be too soon. I don't like big cities. Just full disclosure. I don't care where it is. Could be any place. Could be any place. I'm sure there's some beauty. Tampa, Orlando. I don't get Miami. I don't care for them. Like you like Red Roof Inns? You would, you psychopath. Okay, let's be clear. Red Roof Inns might be a different situation in Canada than they are in Austin, Texas. I will tell you, a Red Roof Inn in Austin and or Houston, Texas, you don't want to drive past them, let alone stay at them. Just so we're clear. Let's put it to you this way. There's probably been an episode or two of the first 48 filmed at a Red Roof Inn in one of those cities. Maybe more than once. Just so I don't think your Red Roof Inns are like our Red Roof Inns. Got caught at hell, go to DFW area at this point. I thought about flying her international and driving down to Mexico to pick her up when I had to go to Bush. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that shit. It ain't quite that bad. I'll back up. Yeah, Red Roof Inns. Staying at a Red Roof Inn is like staying at any place else if wherever else you stay is jail. Okay? Let's clear that up. You got to watch out for needles on the pool deck. I mean, it's bed bugs and hookers and hooker bed bugs and poison monkeys. And oh my God, yeah, Red Roof is. I made the mistake of staying there one time, long time ago, when I didn't know what they were. And Mrs. McCoy looked at me at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, get your shit. We're out of here. Literally, there was a fight going on. Cops showed up. It was upstairs. And that fight had been going on for a while. She goes, if a body drops off of that balcony onto our car, I'm going to be really pissed at you. And I was like, okay, I guess we better get our shit and get on out of here because sounds like that's a very real possibility in the next 10, 15 minutes. Dry your hair. And then she went to dry her hair, and the hair dryer literally just started smoking and popped in her hand. She just dropped it and like, let's go. Hair's dry. It was, man, that was a bad, oof. That was a bad one. It was funny. It's funny now. It wasn't very funny at the time. It's funny now. One of those things you try, like, you got the bathroom towels spread, the bath towels spread out over the bed, laying on top of them because you don't want to touch anything. I'm sleeping in a chair, pistol in my hand, facing the door, you know, dressers in front of it. I'm like, yeah, we ain't gonna get a lot of sleep here, babe. Why don't we just boogie on to our destination and get on out of here? Kind of how that rolled. All right, I've rattled on enough. We got to save something for tomorrow. Don't put your luggage on the ground. Hell, I was afraid to walk in that room. This is my right hand to God. We stepped into this room. First thing I stepped in, the carpet was squishy, and it felt, no joke, exactly like the last crime scene that I walked into, like that. You know, water and blood have a very different consistency in carpeting, and I stepped on this and went, I'm surprised there's no yellow tape around this. It was bad. Oh, man. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go horse around and see what the D-tier crew's doing over on Daily. And I'm supposed to be doing chores today, but I'm going to get out of them. I'm going to roll a gaming stream later on today. Y'all can watch me squishy. Oh, yeah, it was squishy and sticky at the same time. It was, We'll do that on a Saturday night stream. I'll tell that story. Our Red Roof Inn story. In the meantime, though, everybody have a fantastic rest of your day. Do yourself a favor at some point today. Do something nice for yourself. Have an extra cup of coffee, extra donut, whatever you're into. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people, even the people that we don't feel like being good to, because that's what the good Lord told us to do. In the meantime, y'all stick around for the outro, and I will see you later on this afternoon.
I'm just about done here. I never did know your name.
Yes, you do. Take care.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
You finished?
It's the end of the road.
You bastards!
Between Glamorgan and Yorkshire, the Yorkshire bowler Nicholson took 8 wickets for 3 runs. Glamorgan were all out for 36 and therefore won the match by an innings and 7 runs. Weather for tomorrow will be cloudy with occasional outbreaks of rain. And that is the end of the news.
And now?
Can we go home now?